Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to the Career Pact Podcast. My name is Neil Patel. I'm the host of this podcast, and I'm doing that for the 210th time. Today, we are at the 7 month mark, and the title of this episode is What's Next? And this is a very vital episode for not only me, but I'm going to be needing your guys' help. And I haven't really done this in ever, actually, with anything that I've created, is asking you guys for your help, you guys as listeners. So this is going to be really important. The last 7 months, although they have been great, I've made videos about this, about how the journey can be tough with creating things, finding new things to talk about and whatnot. But I watched a podcast, or listened to a podcast a couple hours ago from one of my favorite creators, and they were asked, at what point during the creative process or with everything that you're doing do you feel the most stuck? And the answer that he said, when I have to create without direction, and when things become like autopilot in a sense. And I think that has happened a lot for me with this podcast. The past 210 days, I've made it a mission, obviously, to wake up every day and talk about something that's important. And that's what I strive to do every single day, whether it's about my life, my struggles, lessons that I've learned, in hope that whoever is listening on the other end of this can take something away from it, learn a little bit more about me and my journey, but importantly, to take something away from it. And what I'm really asking from you guys today is, what do you guys want to see next? Do you want me to talk more about, I guess, my life, my learnings, random topics, whether it's media related, business related, self development related? I just want to know. I just want more input. And there have been people who have blessed me with some flowers about, what I've been doing good and that they've enjoyed it. And I'm grateful for that. However, what I'm still looking for is, I don't want this to, I guess I should touch on the direction part, right? So since all of this has become on autopilot, the thing that's hard for me is getting a measurement on where this is all going. I've mentioned multiple times in previous episodes that this podcast is giving me some sort of direction. And when I say that, I mean it has given me a little bit of a purpose with how I can use my words and my actions to influence people, help people, guide people, and more importantly, myself, right? Because a lot of the stuff that I talk about, it's advice that I need to take myself, and I'm just sharing this journey. We are all growing and learning together. That being said, though, what is the point of putting in all this work? Or maybe I haven't been putting enough hard work, but what's the point of all this if there isn't a sense of direction or measurement with my skills? How do I know that my skills have gotten better? I don't know. I don't necessarily feel that I've gotten better with the way I tell stories or the way I communicate, the way I deliver a message. 7 months in, nobody's going to be perfect. However, just seeing that bit of improvement, I don't know if I've seen as big of a jump as I'd like. However, the reason this episode is so important, because I need you guys' help. I need you guys to let me know what you guys want to see more of. Still to this day, some of the most viewed episodes that I've had is me interviewing people as well. One with my partner, and the other one with a couple of the other creators that I have, or businessmen and women and creators that I've interviewed. Still to this day, some of the most watched episodes. So, do you want to see more interviews? Which I am totally down for. It's just hard for me to do these interviews and do this daily podcast because I feel like they intertwine with one another, and I could still do it. I just haven't done it, right? There really is no excuse behind it. And yeah, I have a sense of direction, but I also don't have a sense of direction at the same time, because I don't know what the overarching goal is, what the end goal is. What do I really um want? I could talk into this mic every single day, but truth is, if there isn't any growth behind it, or if there's a sense of stagnation, then it's hard to make yourself keep going. Because 210 days, that's a lot of days that I've waken up and done this podcast. For what though? I think that's the question. That's the thing where I don't feel like I have grown as much as I'd like to, with my ability to communicate. And maybe that another thing that may have a lot to do with this is me trying to juggle a lot of things at once, because this podcast is obviously very important to me. On top of that, however, I like short form video. I've been getting into the game of YouTube. I think, and again, this is just me being, or me communicating my self awareness. I need to pick one thing. And it's hard. That's so hard for me to accept. It really is. I think about it every day. It's like, dude, you're burning yourself out trying to handle and manage all three things, like YouTube short form and podcasts. And I like to take pride in telling myself that I can do them all. And I still feel like I can, and do it with nice quality work, if you will. But the longer this journey keeps going and will keep going with this podcast, it's making me realize that, look, man, I need to double down a lot more on these episodes. I really do, because I'm very confident in my ability to speak and do all that and do this on a consistent daily basis. But after these podcasts, like sitting down, listening to all the other episodes, making clips, making sure everything's getting distributed, and then scripting for short form, scripting for long form, figuring out thumbnails, figuring out editing, figuring out what's my next video, generating ideas. And this also may be me realizing what I really want to do. So I don't want to make this entire episode like me complaining. It's not that. It's just, what do you people want to see more of? And once I get a gauge of that, I'll pair it. I'll take that assessment and I'll pair it with what I really want to make. Because is it bad if I say that I like making all three things? I guess the YouTube part is the one that's the most fogged at the moment, because I want to make YouTube videos. However, I'll be blunt and say I don't know if I have the want to put in enough time into that yet. I like my short form videos. I like this podcast, and I know if I want this thing to grow and get bigger, I have to put more time into it, just like anything. So maybe I finish out this 365-day thing, and it's not like I'm going to end it because I want to keep it going, but like what's next? How do I balance everything? How do I do all of that on top of full-time job, relationships, being at home, all that? I guess this turned into like a big like stressor episode of me just like venting. And if it's that, then it's that. I apologize. However, this is just me being brutally honest. Like, I at the 7-month check-in point, it's me understanding, or me needing to understand what the next pivot point is, or like, is there a pivot point? Maybe should I have done this a lot sooner? I may have needed to, but I just didn't realize it. And now we're at a point where I need your guys' input. I need anyone who listens to this. I want to know what you guys have to say. So yeah, I think that's a good place to stop this episode at the 10-minute mark. Just let you guys know that I need your input, and I want your input on what you guys want to see, what you guys enjoy. What types of episodes do you guys really enjoy? So that's where I'm at. Because this entire, creating journey, I'm sharing my entire journey. Like, I don't care, the ups, the downs, the wins, the losses. I'm telling people everything. Just understanding um the time commitment and the work that it's actually going to take behind all this, on top of the internal things that I still have to work on and get better with. It's a big work in progress, right? So this, I could give myself, the next 5, 10 years, 20, 30 years of doing this, and I could just give up on it, or I could keep going, because this is what hard probably feels like to a majority of the world who does things that are hard, or attempts to do things that are hard. This is what it feels like. This is the point where most people give up, but I'm willing to ask my listeners and my audience for some guidance, because just like every episode that I make in hopes to guide other people and tell other people my struggles and my stories in hopes that they take something away, I want to take something away from y'all as well. So let me know your thoughts. You guys can reach out to me via email, createwithneilpatel@gmail.com. The best way to reach out to me is on DMs on Instagram or Twitter. I'm not on Twitter that much anymore, actually. So just hit me up on Instagram, Neil_Patel4. You can click the link tree in my description. And yeah, let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I don't know if you did because it's just me ranting, but we are at the 7 month mark, which of course should be celebrated. I'm proud of myself for doing this daily, regardless of, I guess, a stagnation or not having as much growth as I want there to be. But this is all part of the process. And yeah, let's keep it going. And this is me asking you guys what's next. Thank you, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.